The following podcast is rated G for gammon. Please be aware it may contain some coarse language and is not suitable for children or gammon audiences.
Say true God.
Seriously? Say true God.
God. Always say true God.
Seriously? Say true God.
God. We're back. Say true God. Them yarns.
Say true God.
God. Always say true God. Them yarns.
Say true God.
God. We're back.
Hello and welcome back to Them Yarns. If you're just listening, it's Cully and Nagus here. Another week done. It's post-NAIDOC week. Nagus, how was your NAIDOC?
I'm feeling very black.
I'm feeling tired. That's what I'm feeling.
I'm feeling tired. I'm feeling black. I've been, my black cup's been refilled. I'm ready to go back into the world of corporate America.
Oh, dear. How was it? What'd you get up to? I didn't even see you, by the way, at Musgrave Park.
No. Did you get the message from the kids?
Yes. They were looking for me. Your children were looking for me so I could buy them a drink after last week.
So they listened to the podcast on the way down to Musgrave.
Of course they did.
And yes, it was a great family joke. They're going to find Auntie Carly and ask her for I think they're going to ask her for a Sprite.
A Sprite. Okay.
Yes.
The sucker in me would have bought the one. So if I see you guys, I will buy you a soft drink. Okay. Maybe a bit of bubble tea. Who knows? And shout out to your wife whose birthday it is today. So shout out, wifey.
Happy birthday.
She was actually the one that said, she commented, and if you're not following us on Them Yarns, the podcast on Instagram, go and follow us. And also Spotify and the rest, leave us a comment. We like seeing the comments. And I got that one. The kids were looking for Auntie Carly to buy them a drink at Musgrave.
Yep.
I didn't buy anything. Did you buy anything?
Yeah, I bought Kai, obviously.
Uh-huh.
From my... Well, they're the only Islander food store there at Musgrave. They need some competition because they're too busy and I sold out everything too quick. So, yeah, they had Cup Murray, so I bought the Cup Murray dish. Just charge them whatever they want to charge these days for all this food at Musgrave. Yep. I was walking around, I was like, bruh, cost of living has really hit all the food at Musgrave. So...
The feedback, though, is that everyone's looking forward to the salty plum stand and me and you, our food stall. I even went to the extent of Googling how to have a food license for a pop-up. I did that this week because I'm like...
Gee, you're deadly.
I ended up leaving. Now, this is bad, but I ended up leaving Musgrave Park, me and my family, and we just went down to South Bank and grabbed a feed because the lines were just... outrageous. We had a baby with us. It was just like easy to get out of there, and it was expensive. Yeah,
it was expensive. I mean, I don't mind if it's supporting the black businesses, but even the non-black businesses were expensive. And I was like, oh, I can't justify spending that much money for you. So I was okay with giving the Uthers and Uckers there some more extra dollars, but I didn't buy from anyone else, no.
And the wait lines, I saw somebody wait 45 minutes for coconut curry chicken.
Yes, yep. So I lined up for about 15, 20, got to the front of the line and said, oh, sorry, we're sold out of everything.
No.
But see more chicken? And I said, oh, how far is the Cup Murray away? And they're like, 15 minutes. So I just sat down there's a block at the front. I just sat there.
You waited that long for it?
And just waited 15 minutes. I was like, nah, I'm not going nowhere.
Where was the Cup Murray?
At the... the Bowie family?
Yeah, did they dig a hole? Was it there?
No, they brought it in.
Oh,
that's what took so long. They had to bring it in.
Oh, bless. You know what? There's only so many black mouths you can feed at a big event like that. So well done to everyone because, we talk a big game, but I'm not the one in the kitchen on Musgrave Park Day, NAIDOC Day. Brilliant weather, though. It was beautiful. It was actually my first NAIDOC Musgrave Park for about 5+ years, I'd have to say.
You said that, and I couldn't believe it. I was like, surely not. But then
I've been everywhere. The NAIDOCs the last few years, I've been like traveling around. I've been working. I've been doing heaps of stuff. That was my first one in a long time. And I didn't actually look at any tent, any setup because
what did you do? Just go straight to the tent stage? I
just tried to walk, and I'm not trying to big note myself, but I've seen a lot of people that I know, and a lot of people seen me.
So you started dodging.
So I started, and then I had my nephew with me. I spread some rumors around NAIDOC that I'd popped out a child. I was pushing a pram. I had everyone going, "Whose baby is that?" It was amazing.
That's why we haven't seen you for 9 months.
True.
Yes.
But literally, one of the brother boys, shout out, I have to say it, Troy Brady here in Brisbane, local singer, cracked me up. He goes, "Hey, what you been pop out a baby?" I said, "Wake up to yourself. Wake up to yourself." With my my baby nephew. He's like, "I haven't seen you for a while. That's what you've been doing. Good, go." No. So if you saw me in NAIDOC, not my baby, but I was can I say having a pram gives you a lot of privileges.
It does.
And I get it now. I totally get it. I pushed him in the pram around just so I could get through to places.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. People see that pram, they're like, oh, out the way.
Sorry. I'm like, what is this pram privilege?
Sorry, Mama Bear. I'll get you out of your way. Yeah, move out of the way, fellas. Look at this. Let this mum come through.
Seriously, like the parting of the seas every time you bring through a pram. Mm-hmm. So, no, it was a good day, brother. But I didn't actually get to see anything. Didn't buy anything because I'd just seen people. And then by the time I did that, I was out. Yeah.
So I worked. I was there about 6:45, 7 o'clock. No, I think 7 o'clock. I think I tried to get there at 7:45. Something happened. Got there at 7 o'clock, and it wasn't as cold as the last few years in the morning, which was nice. Didn't need gloves to set up, but set everything up, and then I had a stall there for the day. So just through, not my own stall, through the place that I work, and it was really cool. Like it was the biggest NAIDOC I've seen for a while.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's been bigger than that, but it was bigger than the last 2 or 3 years. So.
It was mental. There were just people everywhere. Some of the stalls, like I think there was some science stall. It was a full friggin' setup, man. I was like, damn, there's a lot of money that goes into this.
Yeah, so people are starting to get real creative, Steve, because it used to be just you go there and you give out like 7 water bottles and a few pens and they'd be like, okay, thank you. But then I'm like, oh, that's boring. And also people are like, these people are taking like 10 water bottles home and just throwing them in the bin. So what can we do that's actually in engaging and productive? And so there's some really cool ideas. I saw some like face painting, lots of adults sitting down to get their face painted as well. So, that was cool.
All the allies.
I saw the science one, all the allies, yeah. I saw the same one there, the health mob. Got that bike and they make them kids ride to make the smoothie. I think that's deadly. Like every year that's a hit because kids got too much energy and they like free smoothies. So that was good. But I really like that about NAIDOC, how we got super corporate and people were just giving away heaps of rubbish. Like, let's be honest, like my kids were coming home some days. I was like, bruh, we're like, what is all this stuff? Like, we got measuring tapes and blah blah blahs. I'm like, we're not using none of this. Like, come on, let's snap out of it. So we were a bit more environmentally friendly this year with the way that our kids collected stuff as well.
Okay.
But it seems stalls were like actually, saying, well, we're at a First Nations Indigenous event. Maybe we should actually care for country while we're doing this rather than just be throwing stuff out the door. So I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, and some of those parents need to relax because they line up real early, get in there, get all the free things. You got the pram again, and they got stuff hanging off the pram.
Not just the pram. People bringing beach trolleys now.
What? I didn't see beach trolleys.
Trolleys, sister. Like, I'm not even lying. Like, it starts at 9 o'clock. By 9:01, people were just walking up and down the aisle with beach trolleys and just throwing stuff in.
Like it's a snatch and grab.
TG, just like like when there's things in the supermarkets where you get to grab as much stuff as you can. That's what they're like.
Stop.
Like, thank you. Just walk along, just not even looking at what they're grabbing. Like, got a bag, got a pen, just grabbing everything.
Does anyone actually stop and talk to the stall holders? Like, I don't know. I don't know if I've seen anyone doing it because I personally didn't. I'm just like in and out. Like I'm walking, I kind of Doris have a look over someone's shoulder, then I'm out. But does anyone stop at these places? Like say it might be, I don't know, like the Electoral Commission or something, like the places that come and they put a stall up. Does anyone stop and go, okay, so like what do you guys do? Like is anyone doing that? Do people do it with you guys?
So
Okay.
I've obviously done masquerade for years now, so I've come with a few little tricks that I do to get
okay.
mob to engage with our stall. I'm not going to give them away because that's copyright of Aaron.
You can't just
Aaron
say
Diddley
that.
Brain.
Nakedness is not
No,
condoned.
it's completely professional. But what I did like, what I always find funny is I always get that mob that just come along and they're just lonely.
Yeah.
And they talk to like every stall holder.
Oh,
And they will sit
don't. I
there
didn't even
and
think about
yarn.
them. Yeah,
Yeah.
bless.
So they love it. Like for them,
Okay.
it's like they get to speak for 4 hours and nobody can say no because it's NAIDOC.
And they're black and you're there to serve them in their week.
This is their day. And if they want to ask you, so what do you do?
It's the NAIDOC
What
privilege.
does that mean? And what does this pen? Is this free pen? Can I have one? I've got a cat. Can I have a pen for my cat?
You mom got a card? How many cards can I have? Yes.
Yeah. Oh, do you have a job? Oh no, I don't have a job. No, this is just my day out today. We're just here to help people get jobs. Oh, I don't really want to get a job, but you can tell me how I can get a job. And then like half
tell
an hour
me what
later,
to do. You're like, do I have to? It's the NAIDOC privilege. Black people be swinging it left, right, and centre during NAIDOC week. I know I certainly did. You know, I'm walking down, down Queen Street Mall. I've got my weed and stuff. I'm black. It's NAIDOC week.
Move on black.
Get out.
It's NAIDOC week. Move on black.
Seriously.
But yeah, so we actually had a little board that I made up. It's quick hit, get in, get out, because you don't have much time with mob. They're just here to get the free stuff, and we ended up speaking to nearly 260 something people.
Oh, so you're recording people as they're coming?
Yeah. So we're trying to see how many people we can actually speak to, because I'm like, we want to actually
investment.
We actually not really investment. Like we actually want to get some answers, like on what. I don't know. We want to just go there and give away free stuff.
Yes.
So that was cool. That was our second year there, and it was our most successful one. The staff that come along, they love it. Non-Indigenous and Indigenous staff. One brother, I don't know if he listens to the podcast, but he's sitting there just dancing, shaking a leg in the middle of the tent.
Cute.
When the new knuckle mob come on. And I was like, I'm pretty sure he's desert mob, but he didn't care. He's like, what? This lad just had the eagle out. Yeah, he was ready to go. And I was like, every year this lad, I don't know if he ever dances out anywhere else, but every year he's in the NAIDOC stall, he's just sitting in there shaking the legs.
He's shaking leg.
Yeah, but I honestly think this masquerade was one of the biggest ones yet. I haven't seen any official numbers yet, but we were out of gear. We doubled our gear, and we're out of gear before lunchtime. Easy. Yeah.
Dang.
That's thousands of things we had.
That's crazy. I took my nephew, my 8-month-old nephew. It was his very first NAIDOC, and it was actually quite special because it's about the next generation. So it was nice to be able to take him, and we both had our matching Keen shirts.
Yes, I saw that. That was deadly.
I'm that auntie now. Shout out to Gammon Threads who do a deadly shirt.
Keen curry shirts.
That's deadly. Yeah, Blackfella Keens. Love that. So he had no idea what was going on. He also wore another shirt. We swapped shirts during the day. Don't be a dumb dog. So he wore that.
Outfit change midway through, different photos.
Yeah. And it's funny because we were walking around, and he's meeting people for the first time. He's only a baby, so he has no idea what's happening. But he was so alert, loving life, and then
deadly.
Hearing all the dances and everything. He was just, look, I don't want a big note about Murray Mob as much as I do, but we do a deadly NAIDOC. Brisbane Mob.
It's the biggest one. It's the biggest one in Australia.
The
biggest one in the world. If we want to get down to it, it's the biggest one, biggest NAIDOC celebration in the world.
Exactly.
I'm not trying to be old Donald Trump over here, but it is the biggest NAIDOC celebration in the world. So.
What about China? Are they bigger in China? I feel like they do it bigger in China. No, it was actually really deadly, and then you see all the different dances, and mind you, I've seen them same dances a million times. We all have, but it's I don't know, it's just something about when everyone comes together. They do their shake a leg, everyone gets up, has their yarn. I didn't see no dramas, which was nice.
Only one kids fight. Security
really?
said, "Yeah,
okay.
Only one this year, so that's down from 700 from last year. So I don't know what happened, but
it's the next generation. It's the thing.
Every love everybody. That's the new rule."
No, it was really deadly, but I'm just thinking for next year, my nephew's going to be a toddler. He's going to be running around. He's going to be shaking cute. But next year, I'm like,
be wild.
we're doing leash. Those leashes you put on the kids. Yeah, and people don't like him. Guess what? I'm going to get one pimped up just for him. Red, black, and yellow. Get back here, lad.
You're terrible.
And can I just say, black women have no dot when it comes to babies. Okay,
Yeah.
now the average black woman does not have any dot because I had my nephew in my arms and
that doesn't matter.
He was getting snatched. Okay, shout out Kia. You need to relax. And I'm like, do you need to want to like maybe ask the mother?
They
Like,
didn't even need to know that. They didn't even need to know who the baby is.
they don't care who's
They
a
just
baby.
grab that baby.
They
kiss
just
the baby.
took the baby off me.
Yeah.
Like I had my back like this way. Next minute, a baby was getting snatched. Worst auntie ever.
Yeah.
I did not have a grip on him as well as I thought, but there is no grip like a black woman's grip for a baby.
No,
So yeah.
Yeah, that's one of the cool things. Working in NAIDOC, seeing everybody walk past, like all the babies and little kids come past, like just sort of going to answer, like, I'm going to grab their cheeks. You know, you can
Smash
say that
it.
at NAIDOC.
Yeah.
You can't say that any other day.
Nope.
A little baby and their mum can't walk past, say, come here so I can grab your cheeks. You will get arrested.
Yeah.
But NAIDOC, you can say it because they know you just want to walk up to that baby, grab him by the cheeks, and go, I'm going to love you, little bubba.
You can't snatch babies out of people's hands anywhere else but a black event because someone would call the police. For some reason, black women think they can just do it.
It's NAIDOC. I'm black. Give me the baby.
Give me the black baby right now. Like, so yeah, sorry
The baby needs me. I got no milk in the sister for you, Baba, but you can still pretend.
Honestly.
Come here, squeeze you. Come here.
Can you go and have grandchildren already? Like, don't look at my nephew and stop snatching him out of my hands. So just
hilarious.
apologies to my nephew's mum because she gave me strict instructions not to let anyone take the child. I failed. I'm sorry. Wasn't my fault. Black women, you just can't stop them. They're hurricanes. But anyway, brother, you did a bit of an experiment during NAIDOC week. So last week, you thought, you're going to be a little bit tricky. Tell the people, tell them, Yaz listeners, what you've gone and done.
So, I do anything for content for the show because, I know how hard it is to be the highlight. So what I did, there's a group on Facebook. It's called Blokes Advice. And it's a bit of a toxic place. So the basis of the group, it's supposed to be about men supporting men, right?
Yeah.
So that's why they started it. Blokes can just be blokes. And I say it in that accent because that's the demographic that thinks they own the group. So when we, over the years, this group has had a few problematic issues with different things, and at the moment they're going through the ringer because there's supposed to be a mental health support thing and they're not doing much, so they're being called out on social media. So what I thought I'd do was I'll do a NAIDOC post. I'll just put a NAIDOC post in there because there's a lot of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander men out there who are part of the group for some way, shape, or form, and then I just see what the reaction was. I knew what the reaction was going to be, but I thought I just want to see how this goes, and then we can talk about it on the podcast. So the post itself was just like a happy NAIDOC week to all the brothers and cousins in the group and the non-Indigenous brothers, legends who stand with us. That's all I said.
Okay.
Posted a picture of the NAIDOC poster, so if you haven't heard the group, the rules are you have to post a picture with every post.
Right.
And usually for them that means susus or some sort of Instagram thing, whatever. They're all it's a bit creepy like that. So that's one of the problematic things of the group is they're a bunch of twos and they judge women like they're tens. And so I did that. Thought I'll just leave that. Didn't look at it for a few days. I thought you just leave it out there, throw it out there, see how it goes.
Yep.
Last time I checked, I think it was Thursday, I might have had a look, and I took a few screenshots. Okay. So surprisingly, it didn't rate as well as a lot of other posts on there. So, there's I want to say 100-something thousand people, men in this group, and I only had 170 likes, 170 reactions. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. So I went into deeper, and there's a third of those were just laugh emojis. So a third of the blokes who reacted to it just had a laugh emoji. I was like, okay, that's no angry emojis, just laugh emojis. So that was interesting.
Funny joke.
And then they realized I wasn't joking, and then I started going through the comments. And so some of the comments are great.
Okay.
Some of the comments are from brothers. Some of the comments are from two are from non-Indigenous people telling all the other people who are replying to pull their head in. And then, you get one that's like, this post is going to make the rednecks cry. So, so blokes knew what was happening. They're like, okay. Aaron set them up here.
Aaron's
Like,
fishing.
Aaron's fishing for something, and you get some like Happy NAIDOC Week legend and come along to all the celebrations, you mob. Like, it's for everybody. You don't just have to be a blackfellow to come along. And then it starts. So the first one was pretty tame, but sort of gives you a bit of a hint of what the vibe of the group is. So it seems there's a week or a month for everything except Caucasians and heterosexuals. Why is that?
Not the Caucasians. Far out.
Yeah, right. And then somebody said, you can go back to Caucasia. There's plenty of days for you there. So people just started talking shit to them. But yeah, then people were like, yeah, here. All this work, BS, blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to go into that. And then some people started sharing racist memes about that uncle, Lakuru, with long hair that does the AFL. He wears kangaroo skin. And so they blackfaced him and did a few other things that, basically just used his because there's a lot of AFL fans in the group. So they used old uncle as the meme for a few racist things. And then just a bunch of like, nah, F off, F you, blah, blah, blah. Just all the usual people just having a little 2 cents. And then the ones that started getting a bit heavy were ones that were like, it's hard to respect a people or culture when all you see is addiction and violence and issues and stealing anything that's not laid down. I've never met a good one.
Jesus.
Like, oh, okay, that's...
Never met a good one.
Never met a good one. And it'd be nice if Indigenous people could be proud without demanding money all the time.
You can't help but laugh because if you don't laugh, you're just like, you and I are, we're over 40 now. So we're very versed in the toxic comment section for a long time now. When it comes to blackfellas. So it's kind of like water off a duck's back to you and I, but I'm sure people listening are probably like enraged right now, but keep going. Sorry.
There's a Pauline Hanson fan, lots of them in this group.
Stop it. How do you know they're Paulines?
Because they say things like this, we're all Indigenous.
Oh, Lord. Okay.
We're all Indigenous. And it's like, it's not confined by colour. We're all born here. Wow. That's the reply to it. A bloke agreeing to. And then you get some dumb ones like, Happy Australia Week, or I can't wait to celebrate NAIDOC for a whole week, or notice we didn't burn your flag. Funny that.
Oh, Lord.
And then there's a few really racist comments about using slurs and stuff, and I didn't bother screenshotting those, but it's always interesting to see what the thing is. So I'm actually surprised. I thought it was going to be a lot worse. The last time I did a post on there around NAIDOC, I think it was last year or year before, it hit like a few thousand reactions and like hundreds of comments. Like I'm saying, like mob were arguing with other people, blah blah blah. But so I don't know how they've quietened the algorithm for that post, but they really they really looked after it, so I didn't really get too much engagement this time. But
it's an interesting experiment, because I just think like NAIDOC is like something super positive that we are generous enough to share, right? A lot of people say, actually, no, we shouldn't. No, NAIDOC's for us. White people need to step back, this and that. It's not going to happen. I think the more that we can share it, the better, because it is but also reminding people that it started from a protest. This is where it started from. It started from the grassroots. Respect that always, but yes, you can share in it and learn and pass that on. So that's the way I see NAIDOC. Imagine if we rallied enough, right, and we got a public holiday during NAIDOC week with the sole purpose of everyone can engage in culture one day this week, and it's probably going to be the Friday, right, because that's the big day. So imagine every Australian gets a public holiday. Do you think Australians are petty enough that they would boycott a public holiday? Because we love a public holiday in Australia.
There's no way in the world.
Right? But those boys, right, let's talk about the group. Do you think there would be followers in that group that would be like, I don't care about you, NATO. I'm working that day. Do you reckon like people are that petty? Some of those members?
There would probably be a handful.
Yeah. Dumb.
Like that are just dumb. But there's no way in the world Australians in particular, I don't know what it's like in other countries, but Australians in particular, they'll any excuse to have a long weekend. So if
Yeah.
you said you get the first week, you get the first weekend in July, it's a long weekend,
And it
and
makes
it's school holidays,
sense.
so
It's
people
school
will be like
holidays. It makes sense.
camping, blah blah blah. Like people will be out of there. It'll be
This is what I mean. And
That would
it's
be
not,
loving
it's,
life.
even if they weren't engaging with NAIDOC, right? It's still a celebration for us to recognize that there's a public holiday. Everyone in the nation should stop and think about this. If Melbourne can have a friggin' Melbourne Cup Day or an AFL
Yeah.
Day, come on, give
AFL
us,
Day, Melbourne Cup Day.
right? Give Australians the NAIDOC week day, public holiday, and see how well that does. And even if people aren't engaging in culture, they still are stopping and reflecting one way or
Yeah.
another. And it's like us. We don't like Australia Day. We spend it in our terms, right? But we still got to take that public holiday because
Yep.
we love a public holiday.
Yeah.
Just
I
saying.
mean, I tried to work it, but they wouldn't let me. But that's just because.
Well, that's changing too. But, I think NAIDOC week, public holiday, let's make it happen. Let's do a poll. We want a poll on them yarns. How do we get it done, Negus? I don't know.
I know how we get it done, but we're going to go to elbow, because if we become a
You and your dream of a republic.
republic, we're going to need some new holidays, because we can't have the king's birthday no more.
Exactly.
So we can have Republic Day, and we can have NAIDOC Day. What would we call it? What would you call it? NAIDOC Day?
NAIDOC Day. I'll just call it NAIDOC Day.
And then you can actually name it National Aboriginal Islander Day of Celebration.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think
'Cause
so. Okay, here's another question for you that I got asked by a friend this week. She wanted to know, is it okay for businesses and non-Indigenous businesses to request NAIDOC things outside of NAIDOC? So say someone like myself who's a weaver or a dance troupe or whoever, because they respect that blackfellas are super busy and NAIDOC week is for us to engage in things in the community. So they think, could we then say, can you come the week after and do NAIDOC activity? Do you find that that's an issue, or would you welcome that?
No, we have to do it. Like
Same.
that's all schools do it. So
Not just schools. I'm talking businesses.
no, but I'm saying like schools are already doing it. Like, So
Yes.
schools are already booking people in the last week of before holidays or the first week, second week. I think my kids' NAIDOC stuff is not for like another month.
Yeah. I've even seen them in like September. So I know schools have been doing it for a long time, but to get asked by like businesses, and I think people are unsure whether or not to do
And it
that.
makes sense.
It's like, well, yeah. Because NAIDOC is extremely busy. I know there's some business I'm going to this week that do like NAIDOC month.
Yeah,
So
that's right.
they do things across the month, which makes sense, right? So it doesn't have to just be 1 week. And this is your reminder to, respectfully engage with Black businesses post NAIDOC week as a Black
Yes,
business.
please.
And thank you to everyone who's bought a pair of my earrings this week, post NAIDOC week. That really helps. Every year we see everyone buying up in that 1 week, and then that is it. We want to be engaged with.
Yeah, we want you to buy more than just NAIDOC week. I definitely support businesses and organizations understanding, if anything, that's actually being more of an ally and showing more cultural safety, cultural respect, because you're like, old poor Carly is run off her little toes. We need to give her a week, and then we'll get her in the first week of August
Mate.
and just say it's belated NAIDOC,
I
because you
had
don't
to-
have to do the activity. You can still have NAIDOC week without having the activities in NAIDOC week.
Yeah.
You can have a morning tea and like, we're going to do the activity in September.
Yes, correct. I had to get a massage after NAIDOC week. That's
you
where I'm
didn't.
at in my life. No, I am, because I'm weaving, right? So I've got a lot of
Everywhere, or like legs or wrists, or
whole
which
body,
way?
whole body,
Oh,
because
wow.
I'm still sore, because now you got to remember I'm prepping a long time before NAIDOC week actually comes. So by the time NAIDOC week comes, my arms are dead because I'm prepping
Yeah.
lots of stuff, whether it's earrings, weaving kits, all the things I do for my weaving workshops. So by the time that comes around, I can't feel my arms. Then I've got to weave my way through through NAIDOC week, and I'm traveling, I'm getting up, I'm doing all the things, and I'm good ways. I'm bending over tables, like that sounds horrible.
That's
I'm
a deadly
bending over.
NAIDOC week. True.
I'm bending over people, church. I know this is not a good way, but this is what happens like at my weaving workshops. So it's a hard week because I'm I'm crunched over, I'm weaving, I'm standing.
That makes complete sense.
So,
What I thought you said when you had a massage, I thought you meant after Friday carrying an 8-month-old for a few hours, you needed a massage. I was like,
no.
This you need a slap. But I understand if you're talking about the weaving side of things, of course.
Not just carrying it.
Completely understand. No. I was like, yeah.
Mothers do that every other day. So shout out to the mums. I don't know how you do it because I'm depleted after a couple of hours with my 8-month-old nephew. But no, it's the weaving workshops, Russ. So I'm extremely tired after NAIDOC week, and that full body massage person is limping. So yeah,
we spoke about a NAIDOC ball, right? And you said that's my thing, and I was like, no, I'd love it. And then obviously had the opportunity to go this year, but I couldn't find.
I tried to get Nagus tickets, okay, because I got offered free tickets to go to the NAIDOC ball. Not my gig. I don't have anything to wear. I need at least 365 days of like pre-warning before I go to anything social like that.
Whereas I'm ready to go.
You're ready to go. So I'm like, who will want to go with a ticket? I tried to get you and the wifey a nice little date night, and you couldn't get a babysitter. Why?
Couldn't get a babysitter. Why? Because my mother, who somehow has a 70 years old very shortly, has a bigger social life than me. She's like, me and your auntie and your uncles are going. I'm like, what?
Not
they
bad.
Don't drink. None of them drink. So they had these free tickets. They're going along.
It's going to waste, you reckon?
I was like, okay, that's deadly. How he's going? Like, it was good to watch all the dances. One of the Torres Strait Islander bands played that they know, so that was really fun. They're all dancing, etc. And she said, but then the loud music come on and it was too loud, and so we thought we'd go. I was like, yes, because that's not that loud music isn't for your demographic. You had your demographic when they had the bands and live music and stuff.
Yes.
That was for you. I said, when the DJ comes on, that's for that. And she said, yes, I know. But that was her one complaint. The
music
DJ
was too loud.
music was too loud. I was like, that's
fair enough, Arnie. I saw some clips going around, and the NAIDOC dance floor was off its guts by the looks of it.
Yes. I saw some photos just from Mum's photos. It looked deadly. But what's that lad's name? It's the Corey fella.
Montel Jordan.
I don't know. Anyway, so he actually, you'll love this. It sort of carries on from our conversation from last week.
Yeah.
He went to the Brisbane Ball, first time he's ever been. He's like, I don't know how these mob do it, but that was the best NAIDOC ball I've been to. Murray's really do know how to throw a NAIDOC.
It's true.
I was like, see?
It is.
Like even the Corys are saying we're doing it. Like, we were mucking around, being cheeky last week.
Yeah.
But then the Corys come up here, they go to a NAIDOC, they go to Musgrave, biggest day of the year, or biggest day in the country, and then went to the ball the next night, and he was like, this is deadly. Like, this mob, they know how to do it.
Yeah.
I was like, the evidence just supports what we're saying.
Just give in, all right? We do things better up here. It's true. And it always turns into a big shake leg on that dance floor. Yep. It looked like a deadly night. Well done, Arnie Deb, getting amongst it. Even though it ruined your night, you couldn't go. But
I would have been in there shaking my broken knees.
You would have been getting massaged too at the end of
it. Yeah, I would have needed to.
Remedials all round.
But so that was the last bit of the night wrap up I want to do is shout out to mum and the aunties and uncles in their late 60s. I think one of them was early 70s. Still partying at the NAIDOC ball, not really partying, but still going along and enjoying the festivities and having a great night. So
cute.
Great to see that they got to they got to enjoy that.
Yeah. All right. Well, next year, brother. That's us.
Next year, we're going.
A little bit of tea every week. I'm gonna spill the tea. Bruh, we haven't had a tea time for a while.
No, but I have got my cup and saucer here ready to go.
Same. Mine's pineapple juice. I was actually going to make a pot of tea, but I was like, nah, I'm too slack for that. Tea time. If you haven't listened before, and actually we did a poll last week on our Instagram on what everyone's favourite segment is of them yarns. The hill that we're willing to die on is number one right now.
Of course it is.
So I'm just saying. But people haven't heard the tea time for a while, so let's bring it back.
Let's bring it back
this week.
It's good to change it up. Bit of variety.
The little bit of tea that I want to talk about tonight is the mushroom trial. I have been busting my hole to talk about this. Now,
have you really?
I have, because you have. I wasn't allowed to. No one's allowed to talk about it while it's going through court because it can jeopardize the entire case, right? So anything that's before the courts, you cannot speak about it. But last week, Erin Patterson, the mushroom cook, aka the cook, she got done for murder. So she got 3 counts of murder and 1 attempted murder. So she was found guilty of murdering 3 people and found guilty of attempted murder of a 4th person with death cap mushrooms. Out of all the ways, I'm listening to a podcast at the moment, and it's about some court reporters from the mushroom trial. So they were sitting in every day, and I've been listening to it. It's actually really good. I can't. It's called Say Grace. So if anyone wants to listen to it, I don't mind promoting another podcast here. These girls went along, they're court reporters, and they sat in. So they give you a wrap up every day of the trial and what's happened. And finally, she's been done. If you don't know the case, you're living under a rock, okay?
Yeah.
So what do you know about it? Tell me your thoughts about what you know about it.
I am the exact opposite of you. I am over the story, but for the sake of the listeners who have not heard, there was a lady, middle-aged lady. She invited her in-laws and some other people around from her church, and also invited her ex-husband to come to lunch. He said no. She was pretty distraught about that, said I spent so much money on this.
Yes.
And then some of them died.
Yep, that's it.
They said, how do these people die? And they said, well, looks like they've been poisoned. And turns out Arnie had been looking into deadly mushrooms. And when I say deadly, I don't mean the way I usually say deadly. I mean deadly as in like dead.
Dead
like
mushrooms.
These things were
bro.
poisonous, and she put it in the Beef Wellington.
Yeah, now I don't want to take away from the fact that 3 people died. That's horrible, and made another person very sick. Luckily, he survived. It's serious. It's murder. You can't get any more serious than murder. But listening to this podcast, right, and listening to, because I've been following the case, and everyone, they can't work out a motive, right? There's no real motive.
Why did she do it?
Because her defense was, I lied by accident. I did it. And eventually she said, I went foraging. Yes, I've got the dehydrator. I threw that. Yes, I've done this and I've done that. All these pieces of evidence that they put before her to say, well, we think that you've done this. And the whole thing here is the intent. Did she have the intent to kill them? And the evidence has presented that, yes, she did. That's why she's been charged with, murder. So the thing, though, that I can't get over is every time they talk about the Beef Wellington, I just feel like I need a piece. Like, I know it's bad, but
I don't even know what Beef Wellington is.
Can I tell you what it is?
I'll be honest.
Listeners
What is Beef Wellington?
Brother, it's friggin' delicious. I'll tell you what it is, okay? This is so bad, but every time I hear about it and people talk about what it is now, it is essentially a really good piece of beef, like eye fillet. So you got like a long strip of eye fillet, and then there's like a mushroom paste. So there's like a paste that you make up, and this is where the death cap mushrooms come into it. She has also, can we just say that there's a bit of an undercurrent of racism going on in the case, because she went and blamed all the Asian shops for said mushrooms. Okay. So obviously was asked where these mushrooms come from. I bought them from the supermarket, and then I bought some from like an Asian market, like somewhere in South Melbourne. She can't name the store. She doesn't have the packaging. So just let's blame the Asian community for their mushrooms that didn't even exist.
Because she went 20 years ago.
Bro, she went foraging. She dehydrated mushrooms. There's also evidence that she was putting some mushrooms in muffins and experimenting with these muffins. There's a whole lot of evidence. I'd suggest you go and listen to it. So Beef Wellington, back to that, you basically like have all of this mushroom chopped up, and then it's in a paste. You put the beef fillet around that, so it coats it in this mushroom paste, and then you wrap it with a pastry.
Okay.
So then there's pastry. Delicious. It's delicious. So when you cut, so basically when you've cooked it, it should just be like pink in the middle of the meat. Like, come on, brah. Does that not sound like my toxic hole?
It does sound delicious.
My jammy hole. Every time they talk about this beef Wellington, I'm like, I'd have a slice. Like I know I would have.
I'm going to Google it. What nationality is beef Wellington? Where's
I
that
don't
from?
know, but she doesn't even really cook meat. I'm pretty sure she was like a vegetarian.
Oh,
so
my goodness.
yeah, she also served it up on a different plate. And I don't know. Are you looking at mushrooms differently now when you go on to Woolies?
Yeah. I've heard that many mushroom jokes. I heard mushroom jokes all the time. I heard mushroom jokes in the fruit and veg shop. And one lad said to the lady who's restacking the mushrooms, "Oh, where'd you get these from?" And she's like,
Wow.
"Oh, yeah, I haven't heard that joke before."
Yeah. Everyone now who's a mushroom person are like, great. Thanks for that.
Every like old people joking about it. I'm just like,
I love them. Some of the memes that have come out, like, what's the charge? A succulent mushroom meal?
Yeah.
It's terrible. Beef Wellington, it's got the pate. It's like a pate kind of thing on the outside of it. It comes from, unfortunately, don't really know where it's come from, but it's kind of like a French dish. British origin maybe, or a French dish.
Okay.
French connection.
Can't be British. British didn't have any good food. It has to be
They
French.
don't have any good food. I was only just there, and I can tell you right now, I've never had a
They
worse
colonized
steak.
the world.
They colonise beef. They don't know how to cook it. But the beef Wellington, every time they talk about this beef Wellington, I'm just like, I know if someone cooked it up tomorrow, like knowing what we know, don't punish this meal is what I'm saying. It's not the meal's fault, okay?
It's not mushroom's fault.
It's not
Keep
mushrooms'
eating
fault.
mushrooms.
None of these things. I'm a mushroom fan. I love mushrooms. I love a mushroom. Actually, my favorite pie is a mushroom pie. So
What is it?
every pie I always get is a mushroom pie. So now I'm like, do I change my pies up? But
Can't change your pie
I'm
up.
not changing my pie up. It's not the mushroom's fault. It's not the pie's fault. It's not the beef Wellington's fault. But I know if I cooked you a beef Wellington and I said, you and wifey, come down. Come and have dinner, and I served you some beef Wellington. Would you eat it? Here's the question.
She wouldn't, because she's obsessed with the case, so she wouldn't eat it. But I'd eat it because I don't remember. I wouldn't remember. I'm like, oh, this looks nice, and she'd be like, no, Carly's trying to kill us.
It's not NAIDOC week anymore. She's trying to kill us.
Yeah. Side note: do you think this is going to be a bit like the "Dingo ate my baby" scenario? That murder that took over the nation. We joke about mushrooms for the next 20 years. Anytime you talk about mushrooms, you talk about this lady. And then in 15, 20 years' time, there's going to be like some new scientific breakthrough and they find out she didn't actually do it.
No, I think honestly, death cap mushrooms, they had scientists in there, they had botanists, they had everyone to tell you that these death cap mushrooms are toxic, that you shouldn't use them. She's definitely gone out foraging. She's definitely used them in there. Like, there's a lot of evidence to back up these claims.
That's what they said about old Dingo ate my baby.
But that was also the 80s. So DNA and circumstantial evidence was not what it was this day and age. So the thing with Erin Patterson is that she can actually appeal this. So I think we'll see in the next few weeks that she and her legal team will appeal it. I'm living for it. I think it's absolutely diabolical. If you look back at the footage of her, there's a very famous piece of footage of her standing at her front door and a reporter talking to her, and she's crying. Oh, this is just the word. And there's no tears. She's wiping fake tears. There's no tears.
Yeah.
I'm obsessed. So it's definitely going to be a cult classic in terms of if you're a crime fan like I am, them crimes. I'm going to get into that one day. You know this.
Yes.
That's Marlo in the background, by the way. It's going to be one for the ages. We'll be talking about this in crimes for a show and around the world. Like I don't think there's ever been such a big thing when it comes to mushroom poisoning, killing people around the world.
And I think the other thing for me is please don't stop taking psychedelic mushrooms just because, you're worried about this.
That escalated really quickly.
I was trying to think of how I could spend this. That was the only thing I could think of. Psychedelic mushrooms.
Not the message. What are you doing?
It's just, let's stick to the scientists don't give up. Okay,
Oh my God.
There's some great research into psychedelic mushrooms, and I really want them to continue that research. Don't let this one murder. Don't let this one murder put you off.
Erin, you're killing it for everyone. God damn it. And don't let it stop you eating beef Wellington is all I'm saying, because Yeah.
That's probably a better message.
I actually just want to cook like beef Wellington now just to like see what would happen.
It would be the only time blackfellas wouldn't eat something. Like, it's got beef, it's got mushrooms, it's got pastry,
and it looks delicious. This is my problem. I'm listening, I'm looking at all the photos. There's even evidence of the meal, and I'm like, I know I would have ate the shit out of that. And if someone had come back and said, "Oh, there's leftovers," the next day I'd be like, "Go on then."
Yeah. No, it does. It sounds like a really delicious sausage roll.
Honestly, it honestly is. And it's a good piece of eye fillet. Don't let it go to waste. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
It's just,
isn't that what she said to it? Like, I spent all this money on this delicious eye fillets. Trying to lure him in.
I spent a fortune on the food. But it's such a particular meal to cook. Like there's no, I don't know if it's a white person thing because blackfellas aren't. Like when we're getting the in-laws around, we're not cooking beef Wellington. Like that's not the.
That's honestly, that's the first time I've heard it. Is this case?
It's very particular. So yeah, we'll follow the case. I'm following it. I'm living for it. There'll be sentencing soon to just determine how long that she will do for these murders. 3 murders, 1 attempt murder. It's going to be, I think, life. I don't think she'll ever see the light of day again.
65 years?
No, I don't even think, no, Australia doesn't do sentencing like that. Don't be stupid, Nagus. She'll get maybe 25. Years. She'll get 25, but it'll be no parole, I don't think. So that's basically what ours is. So, yeah, I don't know, brother. I am really into it. And if you want to listen to the podcast, Say Grace is the one I'm listening to. So I like to share because we have a lot of, true crime people on this podcast as well.
Yes. And if you want to do a true crime podcast with Carly, she's feeling bored.
I don't have enough projects,
She's got 17 projects, but she can have another one. Is that a true crime? True crime?
True crime.
Hey! That'd be something that people would listen to.
Them primes.
That'd definitely have to be a video one. Yeah. But no, I honestly, I've and overhearing about white people on the news, I was over that better news, but I can see why that would interest you and nearly every other. Weirdly, all the people who are mad about it, wifey, you, 17 women at work. I can't think of any men who are like,
no. Shout out Courage. Courage is also following the case. Courage loves it.
He's all over the globe, that lad. So it doesn't surprise me he's interested in it. But
exactly. No, but don't. You can laugh now, but I will be doing a true crime podcast at some stage. If you want to see that happen, I'm just saying. So. I might have to start committing some crimes though to get content. I'm just saying that. I'm joking. All right, let's get out of here because I've got to go and check this beef Wellington here in the oven. It's
I'm not eating it. I'm definitely not eating it.
Stop it. All right, bros. We'll catch you next week.
Thanks, you. Catch you later. Yo.